to go on to some breaking news related to other vaccines and jabs that doesn't necessarily deal with the childhood schedule, and that's COVID. We're learning a little bit more about the origins of COVID. Dr. McCullough, according to newly released emails, the United States intelligence community, led by the CIA and the Office of the Director of National Intelligence, held regular meetings with a man named Dr. Ralph Baric. Now, for those who don't know who he is one of America's leading coronavirus experts. He was ensconced down at the UNC Chapel Hill, and he was meeting with the CIA since 2015. Okay, 2015. So this is very interesting, and I actually agree with the ZeroHedge headline. The question is that should be asked: was COVID always a CIA plot? It's just wild, these kind of ties to the government, right?
You're right. Ralph Baric published in Nature Medicine and Proceedings of the National Academy of Sciences in 2015, 2016. He published how he created primordial SARS-CoV-2. It was called back then a SARS-like Wuhan Institute of Virology 1 virus, but it was a chimeric coronavirus created by Ralph Baric in the Chinese biosecurity lab in Wuhan, China. So this was all out in the open. Remember, Moderna files its patent for this vaccine in 2016. The CIA, other government agencies are involved. Fauci is involved. That came out in the House investigation. Fauci gets a 10-year preemptive pardon. He gets clemency for the crimes he committed in the creation of SARS-CoV-2. And now Baric seems to be untouchable. It's very interesting. You know, in 2021, Baric, in a news piece, indicated he will not release the genetic code of the virus he created in 2015 and 2016. Why? I think because it nearly matches or identically matches the virus that came out of the Wuhan lab. So we should have a strong call for Baric to release the genetic code for his virus that he created in 2015, 2016, and everything else he has in his lab.
Yeah, and that begs the question: why is Dr. Jay Bhattacharya's aide, Alex Washburn, defending Dr. Ralph Baric? That was the headline that was next to you as you were speaking about this, saying that Dr. Ralph Baric is innocent. This was a surprising development that happened over the recent days as well.
Because the National Institutes of Health has been in lockstep with Ralph Baric. They completely fund his lab. Remember, Baric's virus not only was in Wuhan, but it was in the National Institutes of Health Rocky Mountain Research Laboratory in Hamilton, Montana. In 2018, they published a study where they tried to get that virus to infect Egyptian fruit bats. And recently, former CDC Director Robert Redfield has come out and exposed all this in the media. So the National Institutes of Health is in deep waters now with Ralph Baric. I think if Bhattacharya was smart, him and the National Institute for Allergy and Immunologic Diseases should come clean, and we should open the doors for an independent investigation.
I absolutely agree, and we're going to reach out to Dr. Bhattacharya to ask for clarification on this. We'd definitely love to give him the opportunity for that. And when we're talking about COVID, of course, there's the COVID jabs that we just continuously learn of more adverse events. I mean, if they had to actually do an ad and do the disclaimers at the end, your commercial would be, 30 minutes long with all the possible adverse events you'd have to list. Now, this is one of your colleagues, Dr. Nick Hersher, who is reporting this. He worked on a report with you that has prompted the CDC now to admit that there could be a correlation between the autism and the vaccines, the childhood vaccines. Dr. Hersher is reporting that, quote, amyloid microclots are being detected in small infants. Now, these are infants and toddlers who were exposed to mRNA in utero. In particular, one three-year-old child was born 1 week after mom's second Pfizer shot with no vital signs, required resuscitation upon birth, and has been chronically ill ever since. How rare is it for kids to have these kind of microclots? Have we ever seen that prior to the mRNA jabs?
No, we've never seen it, and several published reports by Thorpe and colleagues indicate that there was a signal for increased fetal hemorrhage as well as death In 2021, the National Center for Health Statistics reported record maternal mortality. And that was the year that, if mothers were going to take the vaccine, that was the year they took the vaccine. We know the messenger RNA and spike protein is in cord blood going to the placenta. Hannah and colleagues have shown this. And now the spike protein directly causes these micro blood clots. I had a patient this week in my office who developed a micro blood clot after the shot, and it went into his eye and his retina, and the ophthalmologist saw it directly, Emerald. So this is a very, very straightforward complication of COVID-19 vaccination. It was a disaster to recommend these for pregnant women.
Yeah, it certainly was. And I just know there are so many women that probably regretted taking those shots now. And their doctors assured them they would be fine, but they're finding out that that's not true. Dr. McCullough, we hope that with the CDC's movement on this, there will be a follow-up report from HHS. We've been promised that, have we not? The Tylenol announcement wasn't quite what we were promised, so that doesn't appease us. We want the official report, and we're glad that I do believe you spurred them on. You kind of put them under the spotlight, right, by doing your own report and showing that it could be done. So why haven't they done it yet? So kudos to you and the McCullough Foundation and all your colleagues who worked on this very important study. And where can my audience go to see it for themselves? I know we talked about it a while ago, but I want to remind them.
Go to McCulloughFND.org. We have it up. You can download the full report, see the key images and the findings. Social media is very busy today as we outline the key tables in the report. When HHS does their own report, they're going to have this set of information. They may have even more, but I can tell you, I think this is going to lead to major changes in childhood vaccination at this inflection point going forward in history.
Has anyone from HHS or the CDC reached out to you in regards to your report? Because I think you've helped them a lot. You've gotten, you've done a lot of the legwork for them.
No, they haven't. But, I had a chance to meet Dave Weldon at a recent meeting, and I volunteered the presentation not only at that meeting, but subsequent meetings. I did get a call from Senator Ron Johnson in the Senate. Johnson today tweeted out that Andrew Wakefield, who's one of the authors on our report, who was the first to report about the MMR and autism in 1998 in Lancet, that Wakefield should be vindicated, and I agree. So we see this coming from multiple angles now. I think childhood vaccination at this time now is forever changed in U.S. history.
I think so too. Thank you so much for your excellent work and for sticking to it. Dr. McCullough, it's always good to see you.
Thank you.